PAX East 2015, the Sentinel Tactics Tournament. I am back here with
Christopher Burton, otherwise known as Braithwaite on the forums.
Right, so instead of Kyle helped us out this morning and did a great job, and we'll see him back tomorrow for the finals. But now, Chris Burton here is going to be my co-chair, and
I'm going to be saying things that may or may not be interesting, and quite possibly are wrong, because, you know.
Oh, no, you've got a great grasp on things. I always appreciate it. You were able to help us out at PAX South.
Yes.
So, PAX South was like, what, a month and a half ago?
A little bit over a month ago, yeah.
Yeah, jeez. And so, difference between PAX South and PAX East so far?
It's amazing seeing some of the new characters that people are trying out. I mean, we saw Absolute Zero being played today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more Tachyon.
Exactly. And we're seeing a lot less Ambuscade. We're seeing a lot more interesting interplays between Legacy and Baron Blade. And it's very interesting seeing how some of the people have adapted to the Citizen Truth style. The
or not adapted.
Style, or not adapted.
Have you seen, so I've been stuck here the whole time.
Right.
Have you looked at any of the matches that were going on the other auxiliary tables? Oh, good.
So it's been really interesting seeing some of the people try out new things for Wraith.
Oh.
I've been very excited because I want to see her used more, especially in a long-range sort of snipey capacity.
Sure.
We've seen people. I've seen people trying out Ambuscade, but not in the sort of trap master, vanishy type way. I've seen
more aggressive.
I've seen people use them very aggressively. Like we're talking explosive launcher.
Nice.
We're talking get in close with an aimed knife.
Cool.
We're talking custom hand cannons, which is of course my personal favorite.
Yeah, we did this whole thing last time.
Seen, yes.
For those of you who were watching last time, custom hand cannon is your favorite card. It's up there. It's up there.
Now, what I haven't seen is I haven't seen anybody going for Proletariat, which
I want it. Proletariat and Operative. Those are that's my wish list.
And I've seen someone using the Operative.
Oh, good.
And I wanted him to be a little bit more effective because I want everybody to be effective with the Operative so they can understand just how fantastic
She's
she
just
is.
such a melee like Jedi. She gets in the middle and just.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right. Good. Well, I'm glad that you got to see those other matches and that the things look like they're going well. So.
I think it will be, yeah.
Excellent.
I think it'll be really exciting.
Fantastic. So let's take a look at the brackets and see how we're going so far here. So we can see that Team Meh defeated the Sentinels of New England. We saw the Sentinels of New England here on that first match, and Team Meh defeated them. And now we get to see Team Meh fighting against Spin the Dragon on the table. So we're going to get to see a team that took down someone that proved promising very early on. Spin the Dragon came back from beating Might As Well Be Chum. And so they are the match we're about to watch. Also, as we saw, Something Clever defeated the Browncoats, and Ocelot Attack defeated Teammates. So Ocelot Attack and Something Clever are fighting right now while we watch Team Men Spin the Dragon as part of the primary bracket. Now on the secondary bracket, we've got a different set of teams. So let's pull that up. Let's go take a look here at the secondary bracket. We've got Team Tachyon fighting Might As Well Be Chum, the Ultra Nerd Sexy Club fighting the Sentinels of New England, Poofy Panda versus Teammates, and fifth place versus the Browncoats. And so it's interesting because 3 of the 4 matches in the secondary bracket are going on against teams that we have seen here on the casting table. So that gives you a good idea. That's what the green there means on the bracket, is to let you know who we've seen before.
I'm a little bit surprised that that the Sentinels of New England went down. They looked like a solid
team. They were really solid in that first match. So when somebody said, oh, well, Team Meh defeated the Sentinels of New England, and now they're coming to the table, I was like, well, I look forward to seeing what this Meh is all about. So that's exciting. That's exciting times. I'm pretty sure they're still getting set up on the table out there. So I mean, I'm more than happy to go back to our wish list of like what. So what are some more characters? Like we said, operative. We want to see her getting in close, doing some Jedi stuff. Especially, I want to see the Operative pulled as a counter to Citizen Dawn.
Right.
When they got the Dawn Truth scenario, you're like, fine, one of you is coming over here.
We saw Unity being used, but it wasn't really how I wanted to see her being used. I've always been a fan of running the bots up, exploding them, and then turning them into something else.
Reconfiguration is a great card.
Bot.
Yeah,
because then you have turret bot to deal with.
Yeah, you have to do something about it. You can't just do nothing.
Right.
And I don't know. I really don't know. I think that it was some kind of strategical misstep of what Something Clever was doing with Stealth Bot. Because that Stealth Bot,
really understand what
it was interrupting their Truth Dawn scenario. Like, if you're going to do the Truth and Dawn strategy, like, it's a solid one. You should do, if you're going to go for that, go for it. But
breaking that line of sight is a fantastic way to stop that. But
absolutely.
I don't really know what their second step was
Yeah.
once they had broken that line of sight.
Right. So yeah. So, but I would like. I mean, Unity, and Bunker were both big players in the last couple of tournaments.
Right. Right. I was shocked we didn't see any Omni Cannons or even like heavy use of
We didn't see like a flat cannon.
buffing or
Yeah.
really anything from Bunker.
No. Bunker that last match was a non-issue. It was a non-player.
Which is something Bunker should never be.
Right. And so, but I fully anticipate seeing more of Bunker.
Right.
The bans have been interesting so far, I think.
What have we seen banned? I've only seen a few of them.
We saw the first game, I believe Bunker was banned, and I am not recalling who the other one banned was on the first game. The second game, it was Baron Blade, and then, man.
I had to ask the tough question.
Yeah, I'm going to have to write this down later. So.
I can go back to what I'd really like to see if you'd like.
Oh, sure, please, by all means.
Well, what I'd really like to see is, I know that the Dawn Truth strategy is a solid one, but I'd really love to see Dawn make more use of her one-shot. Devastating Aurora is such a nasty card, and even though it doesn't count towards an in-cap victory, it still knocks people down to nothing, and they got to get back up. And for someone like Absolute Zero with 3 slots to fill in his powers, that's not saying, that's saying a lot.
See, this is the thing that I would pull in the drafting. If I were fighting against a team, and they had picked, I'd picked my first 2 characters, and they picked their first 2 characters. And my first 2 characters was some strategy I was going on, some like proletariat operative strategy,
right.
Something like that. They had picked their second 2, or all 3 of theirs, and I had my 1 pick left, and they had both Absolute Zero and Omnitron.
Oh,
I would always grab Citizen Dawn.
You have to. Well, not only that, but it's not what people are accustomed to seeing out of Citizen Dawn,
right.
And I think that's going to be key towards Citizen Dawn's long-term strategy.
Absolutely.
Is doing things that people don't expect after the drafts have been pulled and after everything has been done. Yeah, they've set their team against Citizen Truth, but that's why you don't play Citizen Truth.
Right.
You do other things.
You do something different. It looks like we're about ready to start the match,
Okay.
so let's go ahead and take it to the table so we can see how the teams are doing right off the bat here. We've got those 2 teams all set up, and they are getting ready to go. They're actually going the draft already, so let's go ahead and pull up the drafting screen so we can see what the teams have. And let's tune in on the audio here on that table so we can hear what they're talking about.
We have Bunker. Hopefully a more aggressive, more interesting Bunker.
I like that Matt, maybe it might be the case that Matt does have a question mark in their team name. It wasn't on our brackets, but I really like it here on the drafting screen. Team Matt?
Well, we don't know who they banned, so it's interesting that we've seen Legacy and Bunker
So we're looking here at Spin the Dragon. This is Spin the Dragon in front of us, and they are getting their plans. And then Team Meh is there on the other side. Got some purple hair. I like it.
Bunker and Beacon.
Wow. I really hope they pull Baron Blade for the third one because I like the B team.
It'll be. Oh, okay. That's an interesting.
Wow.
combo.
So boosting and boosting. This is.
I hope they have someone really, really attack heavy in the last one.
And Baron Blade and Omnitron were actually the 2 characters banned in the first round of bans. So we
so
won't
we're going to see
Baron
a lot
Blade.
of attack +1 tokens. Maybe we'll see
Probably.
an Omnitron. Maybe we'll see an Omni Cannon. Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
That's an interesting team.
I'm
I
going
like that
to call this Team Bub. And oh wow. So
okay.
So who is one of those 3 for Spin the Dragon has to be their damage dealer. It could be Legacy, it could be Citizen Dawn, and it could be the Wraith.
Now,
but we've never seen any one of those 3 be a primary damage dealer
what
for a team
I
before.
would love to see is I'd love to see Legacy in full-on heal defensive mode.
Sure.
And then have Wraith go full-on attack and Citizen Dawn, because we've never seen an attack-focused Citizen Dawn before.
I would love to see an attack-focused Citizen Dawn, especially one that is shooed, return with the Dawn, and
went with something else.
So we have attack-focused Citizen Dawn and attack-focused the Wraith, who's terrifying
Oh,
when
yes.
she does it.
Oh, yes.
And then Legacy just being like, don't worry, guys, I'll make sure you don't take damage.
Or, I mean, honestly, if you're going with Return with the Dawn, go with a Citizen that no one's ever really seen before.
Pull out a hack and slash or something. That'd be great.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, they have tons of hit points, and they hit like a ton of bricks. Like, there's no bad thing there. So they're getting their cards. They're making their choices here.
Go extremely meta. Go Hammer and Anvil.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to complain about that.
I wonder if Beacon's going to start with her team up, because that seems like it could be a very exciting start for Beacon, making someone else do something just right off the bat.
Yeah, bolstering allies is such a strong start for her because they can spend their first turn. The cool thing I loved in the first match, I don't know if you saw it, Omnitron was one of the players, and was one of the 3. Omnitron and Beacon were on our team.
Right.
And Omnitron positioned himself on that hex so that he was, in fact, adjacent to Beacon. So then, because you can position Omnitron on the hex there. And so
Which
the
just
Beacon's
fair
first
enough,
action
yeah.
was bolster allies because she didn't have to worry about, like, getting to move next. She was like, bolster allies.
That's
We both
very
can do a thing.
nice.
I was like,
That's
oh,
very
that was
nice.
cute. That was good thinking. Like, good using the board to your advantage just on placement alone.
Now, it's interesting because we have at least one character that has heavy knockback with head-on collision.
Yeah.
So this leads me to hope that someone's seen the advantage of some of those hazard spaces.
I want people in volcanoes, and I want people shot by guns. Like, my demands are normal American requests.
Well, I mean, we don't know how these turrets got there. As far as I'm
I
concerned,
do.
all turrets are naturally occurring.
Oh, that's right, naturally occurring. This is
and-
from last tournament as well.
Exactly, naturally occurring turrets like you
Yeah.
find in nature.
Right. yeah.
And they fire things that you might not expect. And
Acorns.
certainly, exactly, frogs.
Right.
You know,
The frog and acorn turret is really awful.
and unexpected.
It is, but you know what? If you point it just right, like over a flame and into a frying pan, you can get a delicious dish out of
Like
it.
pointy and squishy at the same
Oh,
time.
so
It's just-
good.
yeah.
Well, good thing
Deeply
we had this.
unpleasant and unsettling.
Good thing we have this discussion after lunch. I like this collection of citizens, and it looks
Ooh,
like
oh
they
boy,
have
yes.
hammer and anvil already prepped up there.
We are going in an unexpected direction, and I am very pleased.
I
Except that we already predicted it, so I guess it's not that unexpected.
You know, we didn't predict it. We asked for it.
That's true.
We hoped for it, but we didn't genuinely believe it would happen. So that's great. So we could actually go ahead and pull up now. Pull up the Citizen Hammer and Anvil on screen, perhaps, so we can take a look at what that card is while they're going ahead to things. Actually, we can't, it turns out. So...
Well, Hammer and Anvil are an interesting choice because they combine both defense and attack in one fell swoop. And
yeah, I mean, but I'm excited to see them get out there, and we'll take a look more into what their purpose can be. But look, oh, they're right there. They're right there in the middle of the field.
I know, it's going to be exciting.
They're so pretty.
I'm very curious to see what Dawn's other power was because...
Well, actually, I could tell you. Would you like to know?
I would love to know.
It's Luminous Leadership.
Oh, that's an excellent
So she
support
can
power.
run up and make everybody jump forward a couple of spaces. And in the rest of her team, let me tell you what they're doing. The Wraith has combat stance and targeting computer.
Not what I would go for first off, but maybe
But she can
she's
switch,
trying...
and she
yeah,
does-
she can
yeah.
switch straight off.
Yeah. And then Legacy has Galvanize and Inspiring Presence. Because
A
they
solid
have,
start.
They have no reason not to generate tokens like
Right,
crazy. So
right.
that's going to work great for them. And then on the other team, Bunker has Artillery mode and Auxiliary Power Source. So it's all utility.
So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of things flying in a lot of people.
Unity's Champion Bot and Stealth Bot.
Okay.
Which I'm
Not
really
what I
cautious
would've-
about Stealth Bot there. But
yeah.
we can switch out on first turn.
Well, I think this might be a case where they expected a different...
Well, and honestly, with that
expected a
setup,
different thing
look
out
at her
of Dawn.
positioning here. That's not a terrible. If you're going to say, okay, on her turn, she's going to turn Stealth Bot into Swift Bot, but until her turn, well, she's got never mind. Unity's got turn one, so.
Yeah, I'd still... I'm always a little bit worried whenever bots are that close to Unity because just one wrong thing happens and your bots explode.
Yep, it's exciting times. All right, and then the last team member is Beacon with. What do you think it is?
I'm going to go with Bolstering Allies.
Bolstering team up it is. Bolstering.
Which I totally knew that. I
Yeah.
totally knew that card name.
Yeah, good job, good job. Yeah, but so Beacon did have that bolstering team up, so she can do the move on that. And then she also has Kriau, which is that nice line of sight attack
That's
that is
a
an
beautiful
onomatopoeia.
attack. It's not the head-on collision
Yeah, there's
that I was
Kriau
really
here. You
hoping
can see
for,
it.
but maybe
Well, you know
maybe
what? With her
someday.
starting all the way back here, we're
it
not
would be
going to
sort
see.
of difficult to headbutt somebody into oblivion.
She
but
needs to get into position first, and once she's in position, then we can see those head-on collisions, and we can throw people in the volcano, and we can throw people in turrets, and we can make me happy. That's all it's going to take. One
Or-
person in the volcano will do it.
Or we can just hammer them and be crazy aggressive. I'd
What if we
be
hammer-
happy to see that too.
What if we hammer them and anvil them?
I think that would satisfy both of us.
All right, good. So it looks like at this point they've all picked all of their powers, and they are. And in fact, Unity's taking her first turn. Unity's already running up and using her GoBots actions to get those bots into place.
And she's hanging back a little bit. That's probably a good idea. That breaks line of sight with Hammer. Now, that's going to be
It's an
difficult
understandable
for
first
anyone
move, yeah.
but Legacy to really get to her. And even then, that's going to be difficult.
Sure, yeah. All right, so Legacy is moving on up. He's not changing his power set out, so he's going to keep with his token production cards.
So it's not likely that we're going to see Legacy going and punching Unity. although that would be extraordinarily difficult to do. Hopefully we'll see Legacy produce just some crazy number of tokens for his allies, so that when Hammer and Anvil or the Wraith finally do take their actions, we'll be seeing just ridiculous numbers of dice on the board.
Yeah,
I'm a simple man. I like ridiculous numbers of dice rolling around. It just makes me happy on a visceral level.
well, and it tends to make a big difference too.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, seeing someone go down is nice, but just the fact you're rolling 11 dice, that's a victory in and of itself. All right, we have.
Okay, my surge I gain +1 attack.
Yeah, you do.
And the name.
Yep, and an aim. Yep, there they are.
All right, so Bunker's getting his aim right off the bat. And, with Bunker at this point, because of auxiliary power source, he's building up aim token, he's building up attack +1 tokens. There's nobody on the other team other than just through sheer damage that can stop him from, in 4 turns, firing Omni cannons. So if I were him, I'd probably just be the powerhouse that you are, but not spend your attack +1 tokens unless it's looking dire.
Yeah, just sit there and power up, and maybe get into the forest for a better line of sight around the volcano's edge. But
sure.
Honestly,
I like that placement. Run up to the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a Bunker with a speed of 3, which is pretty decent. Get him up in the center and make it so that this whole arc here is his home.
Not to mention that he's now getting the buff from Champion Bot,
Yep.
and it's going to be interesting.
And he's next to Stealth Bot, which means that he's going to be hard to hit him. He's got that cover.
Yeah.
I mean, this is cool. This is a Unity and Bunker strategy. This is essentially taking Unity and say, hey, Bunker, you know how you're good at things? What if we made you better at them?
Well, this is the difference between seeing a team composed of individuals who know how to play,
right,
but don't necessarily have the interaction between the characters, and a team that's clearly got some sort of strategy in mind and is building their team around a central concept and then going out and doing it. So I'm excited to see where this is going.
Yeah. Good places. Good places. All right, so Citizen Dawn, and she's just taking a little step there. Huh. The fact that she only moved that far, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's interesting that she only moved that far up. Yeah, there you go. She's now taking a turn.
We're getting
So
Hammer
they
and
moved
Anvil
up
out
and
there.
they aimed, and that is really puzzling to me. That aim's going to be a useless token.
Don't understand why, because those go away at the end of the turn.
I think he doesn't know that, and he's going to get a rude awakening here in a bit. Oh, no, so he's now being told that.
The aim will?
Yeah.
You can dodge going away at the start of your turn.
Oh, start. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I change that to a dodge then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay,
I think that is fair. That's fair.
Just flip it over.
Oh.
Yeah. They're
Well, all right then.
Okay, so that's fine though. So they moved up. There's a good amount of aggression here, but they're still playing a little close. And I think that partly they might, Hammer and Anvil there might have attacked had Bunker not been undercover
Right.
as a PI working for the law. I'm not sure where I'm going with this, so I'm going to move on.
Everything changed into New York, didn't it?
So Beacon's moved up there, and Beacon is also getting cover from Stealth
from
Bot.
Stealthy, yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, they both have bonuses from Champion Bot. They both have defense from Stealth Bot. And she's firing the Kree out, which is going to hit Hammer and Anvil. Like, it's a great start right off the bat. Now, mind you, they are falling into the Citizen Dawn trap.
Where you go out on against the citizens and not the Citizen Dawn.
They are attacking a target, and that they're going to deal damage to that target, and they're going to spend resources on that target, but that target's not going to give them any victory points.
And essentially, if it goes down now, I mean, it'll just come back at the start of Citizen Dawn's turn.
More or less. She does have to switch the card out and then put it back in again.
I was not aware of that. I thought
Yeah.
it just came back, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That seems an acceptable loss.
Yeah, and it is a worthwhile way to take Citizen Dawn and make her slow down a little bit. But the Return of the Dawn card says that when it enters play, you put a citizen into play, and then it doesn't. It says that if this card leaves play, so that citizen. But if the citizen is dead, there's no way to revive it. It doesn't.
Okay, that makes sense.
Come back as part of it. Yeah. Okay, so.
But still, that makes a potential interesting interaction with Beacon and bolstering team up.
That's true. It's true. I want to see Beacon take a turn to do some zapping and to get Bunker to fire off some extra grenades. This is a nice little pocket that they've made here with Stealth and Champion and Beacon and Bunker.
And it also guarantees that since the other team, I mean, Legacy's a very melee-heavy character, and yes, Wraith can be a ranged character, but against Stealth Bot, she's going to have to get in close too.
Well, she can just hit Stealth Bot though.
That's
Stealth
true.
Bot doesn't have cover, so if she could run down here, like even into the corner of this forest, she could easily, in a single hit, take down Stealth Bot.
Yeah.
So Stealth Bot is the weak corner of this plan, but again, that's the Unity problem. Attacking Stealth Bot is not making victory points.
And it looks like she
yep,
might
there
be
she
going
goes.
for that.
Right into the corner, like we said.
They have cover because of Stealth Bot, so you cannot.
It's
draw
like
line
they're
of
in
sight.
freeze also.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She has range 7 to Stealth Bot, which means she can hit Stealth Bot no problem if she's got targeting computer, which she does. And she has throwing knives and targeting computer, which means that she could
aim and then fire a bolt at Star.
Well, she's got an aim off of targeting computer.
Then that means that she could do one attack against Stealth Bot, and if that hits and kills her,
Yeah, if I were her, I would Razor Ordnance Stealth Bot, and then throwing knives Stealth Bot if it's still alive, and something else.
it would be even better if she blew up Stealth Bot, because
Oh,
that
yeah.
reconfigure, or that explosive
It's going to hit all those
would
guys
hit
there.
and it would be buffed by Champion Bot,
It would be, in fact.
which is one of the perils of being Unity and clustering all your
Yep.
teammates around explosive robots.
So as long... Okay. So let's see what he's doing.
So I will throw one knife at Stealth Bot
Okay.
and one knife at Unity.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Range of 10 to Unity. So
Still, with a
Yes,
minus
you're
6, it's only a 4.
it's only going to be 4, 5,
yeah.
6.
Yeah, 4 is enough for Unity.
There is no issue with line of sight.
No, because you can draw from anywhere on one hex to anywhere on the hex.
Yeah,
Right, yeah. So there
All
you
right,
go.
so if we manage to take out Stealth Bot and wound Unity, that's a solid start.
Yeah. And a point that our Australian friend Peter brought up is that if you take Citizen Dawn and run her in there in Luminous Leadership, I mean, not Luminous Leadership, Devastating Aurora,
That'll set everyone back.
now is an exciting time, since they're all in a pile like that, to just say, you know what, and especially because Devastating Aurora also gets a push.
I'm curious, with Devastating Aurora, if that incapacitated Unity, would both bots explode?
The bots don't explode, they cease to exist.
Okay,
They don't count as destruction.
so that means you can't blow up the team by going after Unity.
Well, even if you do, they're all getting incapacitated by the attack, so it doesn't really
Right.
super matter.
Which is a pity.
Yeah. Even still, at this point, if she can knock out one of those bots.
It'll be exciting.
Then you take 3,
Oh, wow.
Which is enough.
which is enough to blow up Stealth Bot.
Stealth Bot blows up.
Yes!
And the explosion on Stealth Bot. So she did not. So the Wraith did not have to declare her other knife was going at Unity at this point. She did declare it, and maybe she even rolled it first. But the fact that Stealth Bot just blew up means that now there is a host of new targets that are going to get hit by this attack.
And we need to remember that that Stealth Bot explosion is buffed by Champion Bot, and if Champion Bot goes up in the explosion,
That's going to be another
a
explosion,
chain
which
explosion.
isn't buffed by Champion Bot because he doesn't exist anymore.
That's
but
true.
still.
But if we could get potentially 2 wounded teammates out of this, and a named knife at Unity, we could actually see a scenario where potentially every single member of that team goes down in one hit.
Right.
It's unlikely, but it's certainly a possibility.
Will 3 get blocked?
3 gets blocked, but 6 gets 3. So 1 damage on Champion Bot. You can actually, for the bots in the city, do it to city. Yeah, exactly. Good.
All right, so Champion
Excellent.
Bot's
Okay,
taken
so
1
that-
hit.
Right, now Unity needs to defend against the
one,
sorry,
just
it was just the 5. Yeah.
So Unity's now defending against the knife from throwing, and she blocks it with a 5. No problem.
Excellent.
Cool.
Wow, so that was an exciting potential.
So I
Bunker
wonder,
took a point of damage off of it,
excellent. And Beacon avoided it entirely.
Okay, Beacon.
and Wraith is now throwing a Razor Ordnance at Beacon. So
That makes total sense.
This is a great Wraith turn. This
Yeah.
has been there's been some good turns coming in here, but that Wraith turn is fantastic.
Well, it's sort of everything it's everything that Wraith's turn should be. She found the weak point. She ruthlessly exploited it.
Yep, it was
and
great.
she opened up a hole for the other team members to go swooping in and create some real damage.
Correct. So you don't get the other die, which was irrelevant. So anyway,
It also means that they're going to have to adapt very, very quickly to not
she
having Stealth Bot
Rolled a
anymore.
4, 5, 6 on an attack. Those are some pretty angry dice.
Indeed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can see if you can spend it 1 at a time if you want.
And 2-2-2 is not going to be
Yeah, 4,
useful.
5, and 6.
So we've rolled a defense of a 2-2-2, which that looks like 3 wounds.
If you use a defense, you could block 1 of the damage.
I'll use 1.
He's using a defense +1 because he kind of needs to at this point.
Yeah.
I'm backing it.
You're stuck in
It's quite a carnival out there.
So that's 3 damage to you.
Ow! 3 damage off of those knives, or off of that razor ordnance. That is a deeply unpleasant start.
Yeah, well, you know, the Wraith has made the best turn here, where everybody's been doing some positioning. They had a good strategy. The Wraith, the fact that she took out Stealth Bot, which was clearly a linchpin of their plan here,
Right.
and then got some damage on Beacon. It's a huge success.
They're
She's really the belle of the ball.
I would have to say so. Luckily, she's probably already had her debutante party, so
Yeah, well,
she really knows how to handle herself in a ball gown.
It's true. Actually, the Wraith does. That is a part of her backstory. So.
Looks like we're carefully considering what to do next because everything has gone pear-shaped very quickly. Now, with Stealthbot gone, do you think they're going to try and bring her back, or do you think they're going to try and do something?
Well, he's looking at Swiftbot right there, and I would love to see a Swiftbot. Yes, do it. Put the Swiftbot out. I'm using my mind powers. They worked. No, oh no, he's going away. The cool thing about Swiftbot is when it makes an attack, it gets to move 4 spaces. But it looks like we're doing something else instead. Reconfiguration,
Okay.
even better.
And for my first action, I'm going to use GoBot.
Go bots!
Let's get Champion Bot up there. Don't fall into this trap, but you're going to.
Yep.
Okay.
So he has sent Champion Bot running up to stand next to Citizen's Hammer and Anvil. Then he's going to use Reconfiguration to blow up. Yep.
And we're going to turn it into...
Oh, and that explodes and that hits Hammer and Anvil, but the problem is at this point you are spending your time attacking a
Hammer and
non-target.
Anvil. I'm surprised. Unity has enough actions that you could have gone GoBots again to get her up by Wraith.
Yep.
Or Citizen Dawn or Legacy, but Wraith is kind of exposed right now, and without...
Yeah.
And without slip into the shadows, there's no way for Wraith to really escape a explosive reconfiguration into, say, Turret Bot.
You may as well use it. Yeah.
They're going to die.
I am going to die.
All right. That is true. It's just going to go away.
All right, we have...
All right, there is a 6.
Oh,
They're all 6s.
They're all 6s.
And that's why Citizens sometimes have ridiculous turns.
Yes.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, yeah.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, you focus on Citizen, and then suddenly that's your turn. I mean, that's what you
Hey,
have.
Raptorbot.
Hey, it's Mr. Chomps.
We love Raptorbot. Raptorbot's going to do some chewing on some Citizens maybe. He does have 1 GoBots left, so I expect to see that now. Here, there's
Yeah.
a look at Raptorbot. He's got a giant pool of dice.
And only 1 auto miss,
Yep.
so let's see it happen.
Come on.
May I change my mind?
Oh.
You don't want Raptor?
No.
No, but you should.
I've decided I would like to place Swiftbot.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, yes, good. Thank you. So
Okay,
I think the fact that he's doing this means that he's not going after Hammer and Anvil.
And maybe he's
he's
gonna
going to
go
go down
after
to
Dawn
Wraith or go up to
Wraith.
Dawn or go up to Legacy, but anybody other than a non-target. Like, yeah, Hammer and Anvil are a threat, but they're not. When you punch them, victory points don't come out.
Yeah.
And that's key in this game.
And we have Wraith.
Yeah.
To the right.
There we go.
All right, and then what's
If they're not a victory point pinata, they're not worth it. All right.
5, 1, and 4.
That's a solid roll.
5, 1, 4 coming through.
I mean, there's a good chance to get 1 or 2 points through, but that's about it. 1 point. There you go.
I will use
Yep.
my defense tokens.
Oh,
Or not.
1 more? Nope.
Nope.
So 1 damage gets through.
Yeah, but the Wraith doesn't mind taking that 1
And
damage
honestly,
comparatively.
given how much damage the Wraith did, I think that taking 1 in response is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that was a much better Unity turn than what we saw the first time around. The reconfiguration was a bit but it wasn't terrible, and that's, I think, the furthest issue was going to get anyway.
But even so, the contrast between this game and the last one is startling.
Yes.
I mean, we have a very quick adaptation of tactics. We have a very aggressive out-of-the-gate start.
Yep.
And, I mean...
We already have hit points and damage on both teams, and
Exactly.
it's the beginning of round 2, so I'm happy with how things are going here. Legacy is going to get into the fray, hopefully. He hasn't switched out either of his power cards. So, yeah, Legacy's still running with Galvanize and Inspiring Presence. So, he's still a token generator.
I think maybe that might be a mistake at this point.
Yeah.
I think that maybe Flying Smash.
So he's galvanizing Hammer and Anvil.
We need 1 more.
That punch that Hammer and Anvil's going to throw is going to be really nasty.
So Legacy gave them tokens and dodged. That was his turn.
That's, well, we're going full on support. I mean, we'll see if it pays off soon enough.
Like I said, I'm interested in this team. I want to know where their damage is coming from. And if it's coming from Hammer and Anvil, that's kind of cool because it's not like if their damage ever gets exploded, they don't lose the points.
Right. Now, mind you, building up a single punch for how many turns has it been? It's been 2 turns.
Yeah.
That's a risky strategy.
I really want to see Bunker just lay them low now.
Yeah.
But then if Bunker doesn't kill Hammer and Anvil, I want to see Hammer and Anvil kill both Beacon and Bunker. And here's the thing, it's not entirely impossible.
No, it isn't. They're a solid team, and they have an area attack, so
yeah,
we could see some fun stuff happen. I'm curious to know what Citizen Dawn is planning on doing to support them. We know that she has Luminous Leadership, but at this point, is Luminous Leadership better than maybe an attack power? Because with a couple of steps, she could get up there in range to potentially do a Searing Lance.
Sure, but on her turn, she can switch that out. Obviously, she's not going to switch out Return at the Dawn at this point.
Well, yeah.
But on her turn, I would like to see
Although I wouldn't expect that, and that would be fantastic.
Yeah. What I want to see her do is I want her to see her step up and Blinding Blast.
That would be exciting.
And then have Citizen's Hammer and Anvil step in for the damage.
That lowers their defense, right?
So Blinding Blast deals damage, which is nice.
Well,
and then after the damage, also the target gains 2 attack -1 tokens. So you want to put that on somebody like Bunker, who you're probably not going to then finish up and kill. You're like, all right.
But it makes it harder for Bunker to do anything in retaliation.
Since Bunker has 1 hit point missing and Beacon has 3, you hit Bunker with Blinding Blast so that his attack is low. And then you have Hammer and Anvil finish off Beacon.
Right.
It's a good 1-2 punch.
I'm going to use my aim.
All right, you're going to aim.
And I'm going to activate my snapshot.
Right.
Micro
Let's
missiles.
use any attack. Yep.
Right.
Aims, snapshot micro missiles
At the citizen.
at the citizen. Okay.
Oh, they're going after the citizen still.
Aim the missiles.
Well, they have a lot of tokens right now.
So, yeah.
But Bunker can see Citizen Dawn, and Snapshot Micro Missiles means 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Auto Missile 1, 2, 3. The same exact attack could have been made against Citizen Dawn.
And Bunker has enough tokens that, I mean, Citizen Dawn has 5 hit points, but
Yeah.
a bad roll could take her
Right,
out.
and he aimed the Snapshot Micro Missiles, so like that attack probably could have taken down Citizen Dawn instead.
Yeah.
And Citizen Dawn has
Or
the same
left
number.
her in such a bad place that it would severely weaken the team. I mean, taking Citizen Dawn down to 1 or 2 hit points, even if you get in-capped in the process, that sets your other team members up.
Yeah.
So if you roll a die, there's a 50% chance of 6 and a 50% chance of...
How much health do they have? They have 5. And how much you roll it? 4.
And Hammer and Anvil are a tough nut to crack with 5 hit. I mean, essentially, it's like you said, it's the exact same amount of health. It's the exact same attack.
I think they have a higher defense, too, than Citizen
I wouldn't be
Dawn.
surprised.
Yeah.
3 6s. Defend against 3 6s?
None.
And none, so you take 3 damage. All right?
Okay, well, they took their punch, and now they're going to get to do something in response.
That was the first action.
You too. I think you took that. Did I take too many? Okay. Sorry, never let me say we're not honest.
Well, sadly, it looks like Bunker didn't quite manage to take out Hammer and Anvil.
And it is now Citizen Dawn's turn.
So we're going to see some interesting things here.
Yeah.
All right, has she swapped out her powers at all, or is she still going with Luminous Leadership?
We haven't seen anything yet. I mean, at this point,
Where you're just going to... Okay.
So they've got a plan. They're going to stick to it.
right. So Hammer and Anvil, yeah.
All right, and this misses on...
I'm pretty sure they have a defense of 4.
Well, they only need to do 1 punch, really. After that, they can do whatever they want. But this is their big chance to do something exciting. And if she's got Luminous Leadership, she can move them into position without really needing to do anything else.
Yeah, and she's stuck with Luminous Leadership as far as I can tell. Yeah, she's stuck with the regular cards there, so...
Yeah, so Black Cannon will only hit on...
Well, staying out of danger and sending your citizens to do your work, that's a pretty solid strategy if the other people are willing to let you do that.
Right.
Yes.
And we are seeing...
So yeah, 3s, 4s, and 5s. So the 1 and 6 go away, but there's 3 4s coming at this citizen.
3 4s, that probably... If they roll poorly, that could be enough to take them out.
Yeah.
But again,
That's a 6.
Yeah, because Bunker's in turret mode, he's able to use that
Right.
one more action to make an attack to get it in there.
now, if this kills the citizens, they lose that punch they've been setting up for multiple turns.
Okay.
But it still doesn't really help them. I mean, I'm inclined to say that they need to
All right.
do something.
All right. So that reroll movement, Bunker.
Uh-oh. Those citizens are still sitting there.
Yep, I think that we're going to see.
Exciting things are happening.
All right. And then now it is turn 4. So Citizen Dawn is your turn.
It's not often that I cheer for Citizen Dawn, but I'm kind of cheering now.
Oh, I frequently cheer for Citizen Dawn, but that is a different situation entirely. Yeah, here we go. Citizen Hammer and Anvil do have a defensive 4, and they have 7 health.
That's way too much health for them to...
What's split between 2 characters?
That's true, but at the same time, it's... If you have the chance to go after Citizen Dawn instead of Hammer
Citizen
and
Dawn
Anvil,
has a defensive 3 and
and
5 hit
5 health.
points.
It-
Citizen Hammer and Anvil have a defensive 4 and 7 health. Why are you swinging?
why would you ever go after them if you could avoid it?
Right.
And the answer is because they're really scared of that giant pile of tokens.
There you go. That's some. And 3s and 5s are their auto miss, so those 1s and 2s aren't so bad.
Yep.
And the ones don't make range, right? Or
Correct.
do
They don't.
Okay,
No,
so
the
it's
ones
a
don't make range. So let's go wait. So it's a 2 to 4.
I
And
block
it's
both.
blocked.
All right. Well, there you go.
And I will dodge for my second.
Right.
My
I'm-
third action
So she makes a
strike.
radiant strike just to try to get it out there. That's
Right,
fine.
right.
And then you reroll movement.
But here's the thing. Essentially Citizen Hammer, has a 5-die area attack,
Radius 2.
radius 2 off himself. So
With that much...
there you go, right there.
Oh,
from
yeah.
here. Oh, if he could, let's say they're here, 1, 2, 3. He could take one more step and hit. There you go. Because now he
And
can hit.
now he's hitting everybody.
Everybody on the opposing team.
We could see an instant win off of this.
It seems unlikely, but if they've got enough attack plus 1 tokens and they're really clever and the opponents roll poorly, this could potentially actually cinch the entire game.
Even if it doesn't, the demoralizing effect of this could
No.
cinch the entire game.
This is a beautiful move. This is Citizen Dawn played way better than the Truth
Well,
and Dawn like cat and mouse scenario.
This is what we've been wanting to see. This is a strategy no one's ever seen before. They
Yeah.
don't know how to counter it, and so they're panicking.
Right.
Suddenly their strategy is gone. Their beautifully constructed bot trap is gone.
Yeah, well, they
have citizens to deal with, and they don't know what to do.
Swiftbot's safe.
That's very true. Swiftbot is safe. I'm sure that's very comforting for
Oh, right,
Swiftbot.
right. I like that Citizen Dawn and the Wraith were down in the woods like having a party.
Oh,
Wow, that's a good roll.
that's a really good roll.
And that's going against all 3 of them, and they do have attack plus 1 tokens galore to spin.
Which I can't imagine that they wouldn't use.
No, the one doesn't make range.
One
for
doesn't
the
make
other
range
two.
either. So it is a 1. It is a 1 4 6 6 against Bunker, and it is a 4 6 6 against you.
And yet we
I
don't
wonder
see
now.
them
Are they going to
using
spin those
their-
attack plus 1
Those
tokens?
dice over in that corner.
Come on, guys.
Oh yeah, they are. They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
whew.
Okay.
Those are the poor dice. And then if he starts doing things
I'm not sure I could resist it. Even
I know, it'd
if,
be like,
even if
"Use
there
your
wasn't
attack
any
dice."
chance, even if there was no reason, I'm not sure you couldn't.
Yes, I do.
All right.
I would like to use
All of them?
3,
No.
He's,
all
I would
of
say
them?
like 2 against. Yeah.
2 on Unity
4, and 4 on bunker.
and 4 on Bunker.
Ah.
2 on Unity and 4 on Bunker.
That is a nasty
So this
bit of
is on
business.
Unity. Oh, those are the 2 auto misses.
Ah.
The two numbers that he misses on automatically go away. Oh, well, but on Bunker he gets the 5 goes away. So 2 1s and a 4, and since it's Bunker and Bunker is adjacent to him, those 1s will
Those
work.
ones will work, yeah.
Bunker is going down because this is so many dice that work. That's amazing.
That is a lot of little death by 1,000 cuts here.
So they're going to Bunker first.
Yeah. So now you're going to roll 6 dice, and you're rolling against.
Well, Bunker's got a lot of defense.
Yeah, well,
1 4 4 6 6.
1 1 1 4 4 6 6. 1 1 1 4 4 6 6. He's still taking at least 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
And with that roll, he,
That's a lot of
Okay.
damage.
This box of 4, but 4 6 6. So
3 damage.
gets 3.
So
That's-
Bunker is
that's not
down.
good.
No, Bunker's down to just 2 hit points left.
And now every member of their team has taken damage. It's
Well,
not
Unity
gonna
hasn't
take
taken
much.
anything yet, but
That's true, but their attack's still going after her.
right. This is a really, really strong move, and this is a thing that we haven't seen in the tournament before, and that makes me so happy.
And the thing that they still need to figure out how to do is these citizens are still a threat, and Citizen Dawn is still out there, and they need to focus on her now.
Right.
They are going up against. Well, that's a solid roll. That's a very solid roll.
So you got 5-5. What is the third?
554.
5-5-4. Okay, so you
So I block one. I'm going to use a defense. Nope.
Three, four, six, seven.
And it looks like Unity is going to be taking some damage.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take two.
All right.
Yep.
So Unity takes 2 damage, and now Beacon. Or should I already do it?
And that was your 2 extras.
Okay, no, that was our whole thing. So
each of their team is
Alright.
down to 2
2
health.
hit points each. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Well, I think this is going to foster. I think this is going to foster a sense of camaraderie among this team.
Sure.
I think they're going to step up.
You think so?
Yeah,
I hope so.
do.
That'd be great. I wouldn't complain.
I think that this is really the wake-up call they've needed.
So Beacon is standing right next to Bunker. I want to see Beacon use a bolstering team up action to let both of them get to do extra things, and then I want to see her do a focused blast. Well, she's only going to have 1 move, so
Maybe a Kriau?
yeah, it's not going to be that great. She'd have to move to get in position because she only has 2 actions. Oh, she could bolstering team up to move, and then Kriau.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's her movement right now? Beacon's movement is 6, so she could get to here.
Get to right there and Kriau both of those.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see Citizen Dawn because you need line of sight for Kriau.
I thought that it ignored line of
It
sight.
does not. You draw a line
Ignored
of sight.
elevation changes.
You draw a line of sight,
Ah, okay.
and then you hit everything in that line of sight.
Okay, okay.
Hypersonic Assault
That's the one I must have been thinking
moves
of.
her in a line, and the attack is originating from every hex that she's
Okay,
in.
okay.
Yeah, but that's different. So yeah, I guess for her, I would probably bolstering team up for an aim, and then use an atomic glare.
Now, it'd be interesting. I wonder if Bunker has enough tokens for a Omni Cannon yet. I'm not sure
Bunker
that he
currently has
does.
3 attack +1 tokens and
So-
1 defense +1. So if Bunker gets another turn,
Let's hope so.
then
That kind of reprisal could turn the game around.
yeah, they're going to have to kill Bunker in order to keep him from wrecking house.
And right now, Bunker. I mean, he's never been a squishy, so it's going to be hard to kill Bunker. But especially, well, given their power setups and the way they've positioned themselves,
Yeah.
I think that Wraith has the best chance of taking him out. But with Swiftbot right there, I'm not sure that she's going to. Well,
Oh, if I were the Wraith, I would just like move out to here and just start. Actually, I wouldn't even move.
a stun bolt and a
I'd-
Razor Ordnance would finish him
I'd
off.
throwing knives and Razor Ordnance because you need to hit multiple targets. So,
Yeah, because you could go after Beacon as well.
Yeah.
Well,
So you leave targeting computer out, you leave throwing knives out, and you aim
you aim at Bunker.
at throwing knives at Bunker and let the other one hit somebody else, and then you use your other aim on a.
Well, if you did a
Razor
throwing
Ordnance.
knife against Bunker and Beacon, and
Yep.
then you Razor Ordnanced Unity again, it certainly could take the entire team out again.
Yep. And the Wraith is coming up next, so we'll see. First off, Beacon still figuring out where she wants to go.
And what power set has she got so far?
Currently, Beacon is running with bolstering team up
Excellent.
and fortitude. So she's
That's a really solid one for this position.
Since she's feeling rough. Oh, okay. So where's she going?
I certainly hope it's not to punch Legacy. That seems like the worst possible idea.
Well, they're still talking and they're thinking, and the talking and the thinking, it's important, but we're not getting any kills. Come on. I think that, well, to be fair, I should stop rushing them. They know they're in trouble. They have 2 hit points each. They are in a position in which anything that they do, they're going to lose a character in the next 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't. Okay, so here we go. Beacon ran all the way up there.
It
To
seems
Atomic
like
Glare
Legacy
Legacy.
is the best
Yeah.
target.
So I'm glad I did that. Okay.
But honestly,
I mean, the thing is, Legacy's not the one that.
he's got too many hit points to really be a priority target.
1, 2, 3, 4. If she could have run up there and hit Legacy, she could have run down
and
to the
hit the
woods
Wraith.
and hit the Wraith. And the Wraith is the one that is going to destroy their team.
Yeah,
Wraith is the one that has the fewest hit points and the lowest defense.
yeah.
I would have gone after Citizen Dawn before I would have gone after Legacy in this situation.
And that would have also taken care of the citizens if you did that.
Yep.
But
All right, so that is Beacon's turn. It is now the Wraith's turn, and I want to see, and at this point, easy. Throwing knife to an aimed, so she gets an aim off, well,
she gets an aim anyway,
yeah.
so she's going to use it against someone. So
Well, in my opinion, her first action should be aim. So she has 2 aim tokens. And then
because you can stack those, yeah.
right, and then throwing knife. Only aim one of the 2 throwing knives. Have one of the throwing knives hit beacon, and have one of the throwing knives be aimed against bunker because it's a higher defense. And then use an aimed razor ordnance against unity.
I'm honestly, I'd actually go differently. I'd aim one of the throwing knives at bunker, and I'd aim the other one at beacon just to guarantee
Throwing
taking
knives
them both
rolls
out.
fewer dice than razor ordnance, so it is better to use one of your aims on razor ordnance and double up on targets. Because when you're rolling an aim or a dodge, you want to have the most dice as possible.
I agree with you on that, but I think that being able to knock down 2 team members with the same attack, both
sure.
aimed, seeing that would
She's
just
moving.
completely.
The Wraith has moved over into the other jungle for her first action.
So
she
we might
moved
see
and
a
sprinted.
throwing knife.
She moved and she sprinted.
That's bizarre.
She does have. Let's see, what is Wraith rocking right now? She has a targeted computer throwing knife, so she does have a free aim token still.
So probably
but she
Unity and Bunker then.
I guess the fact that she spent that move, like she was in a position to win the game then and there, and she's throwing the throwing knives. I believe she's probably aiming at it with somebody. Let's see.
So it is 3 6s against Unity and a 2 2 6
Ow,
against Bunker.
that's
So yeah,
gonna
3
be
6
very
against Unity,
difficult
6
for
2
Unity
against
to come
Bunker.
back from. Well, if Unity doesn't roll exceptionally well, she's going to go down, and even if she rolls exceptionally well, she might still go down.
Yeah.
The 2 6s are blocked with 1 damage against, unless you want to use the output on the team. All right.
Use any tokens that you have.
Then,
That doesn't count.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's 1/6.
Oh!
you're dead.
But it,
Oh, no. Yeah.
unless she has a dodge, that's not going to help.
She needs to roll 1 more 6.
Wow!
Okay, as we blow out all the speakers. Yeah, but that so
And
Unity has
this
one
is
hit
of
point
course
left.
why I believed in this team all along.
But so Unity managed to roll exactly what she needed to not die. She has 1 hit point left, and Bunker also has 1 hit point left. So
We
even though,
might be able to see Bunker
even though the Wraith
unleash.
should have cleaned house there. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That is goofy, ridiculous nonsense. And it's going to be Legacy's turn next, and Legacy can't take out more than really one of them with his
And
moveset.
even unless Legacy does a flying smash, Bunker
They're
I
not-
think is going to
they're-
get a shot off.
Right, like Legacy has 2 actions, and like he can take out one of them. But
Yeah.
at this point, they're not going to get swept.
No.
Wraith had the last chance to sweep them. And
So let's see what does Legacy got for powers right now.
well, it's not Legacy's turn yet, and so who knows?
No, we do Gobot first.
Okay.
Gobot.
Okay.
Gobots. The first Gobots will make Swiftbot go.
That's it. Well, just because it's Swiftbot, I get to move 3.
You're going to run around.
Okay, then.
Get you from the behind and then see if that helps. All right.
Okay,
All right. So why are
going after Citizen Dawn is entirely legit.
4, 5, 6.
4 5 6.
that's a nice attack.
Are you going to die?
Although honestly, with that positioning, reconfigure into Mr. Chomps and then have Mr. Chomps do it. It's more dice. It's a more powerful attack.
Well, she has to move and attack anyway. So move and attack, reconfiguration for an explosion, and then Mr.
and
Chomps
then
the last
Mr.
attack.
Chomps, yeah.
But you can use 1 for yeah.
And it would be very nice to see Unity get a kill in
Yeah.
before.
Okay, so that is a point of damage on Citizen Dawn.
Very nice.
So she's going to explode.
Yeah.
all right.
Blow up, reconfigure Swiftbot.
I always like
Swiftbot
explosions.
away, so that makes it blowy up attack.
I blow up. And I'm going to
That's
hit
the
you.
official name.
Yeah, this guy's playing it right. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, that's a lot of dice, but
All right,
not
so,
enough to
that
do
misses
much.
Because you have to defend against 2 1s.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dodge against 2 1s. Okay.
All right. Well, you
He
may
do-
regret
Well,
that.
he
he-
dodged
You've
against the
done it.
2 1s.
It's almost as if he doesn't
Dodge-
understand that
Legacy
something's
yells
about
out,
to
"I'll
happen.
just dodge against your 2 1s because I have no other use for it." And Unity goes, "Really? Because enjoy a Raptor bot."
Yeah, and now Mr. Chomps is going to have a nice
Citizen
mouthful
Dawn.
of Citizen Dawn.
Oh my gosh.
And yes, wow.
The 2 goes away. 6-5-4-1.
That is still a
I bet-
nasty bite.
I bet he wishes that he had not
Dodged.
wasted that dodge. And in fact, he
And
does
yes.
wish that.
That's 3 through.
Yep.
And now Citizen Dawn is looking rough.
Oh. Hubris. The dodge wouldn't have helped anyway, so hopefully that's of some small comfort to him.
Probably not.
It didn't. It wouldn't have changed. It gave him what he rolled, no.
I don't know. I think that it still would have been nice to try.
You know, right. Like, the fact that he said, "Oh, just dodge against your 2 1s." Like, I think he was unaware that Unity had one more action. Okay.
So I have to lose my dodge.
All right, so we're going with.
And replace it with motivational charge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
clearly,
perfect play. That's a
clearly.
great play, yeah.
So motivational charge. Whenever that attack resolves, him and each of his teammates regain 1 hit point. So the fact that he's adding everybody getting a hit point back, like healing is pretty minimal in this game. But right now, that's just
But still,
clutch.
yeah. I think we're seeing a team that they really know their characters. They're really solid and defined in their idea of how they want the game to go.
And that's going to heal Hammer and Anvil as well.
I didn't realize that.
It's him and each of his allies. And right
And
now,
they're
Hammer
their
and Anvil's
ally,
an
yeah.
Move. Okay. Is your first action?
So Legacy walks up to his Tutter.
Actually, I was going to do that here instead.
Okay.
I feel as if there's a lesson that should probably be learned here.
Okay.
I don't have any aims to use, so I'm just going to roll my 3 attack dice to start.
All right. What are your auto misses here?
I'm
auto misses are
a little
1s and
unclear
2s.
Now he does have some attack +1 tokens. In fact, right now Legacy is rocking 3 attack +1 tokens. It doesn't
so
matter.
Better use them all.
Yeah, use all 3.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Any non-auto misses there?
No.
Just don't roll 3 2s again.
And
3
even
sixes,
so,
3
throw
sixes.
enough dice against
Hey,
Beacon.
6 4 1.
There you go.
So, but Beacon does have 2 hit points.
Now that means that attack resolves. right?
And Fortitude will let Beacon ignore one of those dice, correct?
And all of your allies will heal.
I'm sorry, what?
Fortitude will let Beacon ignore one of those 2 dice.
That is Danger Sense. That is her dad's ability. She is able to re-roll some of the stuff. So Fortitude is Beacon's defensive power, and she does have that out right now. And Fortitude says that she can re-roll one of her defense dice when defending.
So probably a good idea against this.
Right. Okay, so that she in fact defended against all of it, but Legacy's at full health, the Wraith's at full health, and Citizen Dawn has 2 hit points. Spin the Dragon is unable to put enough damage into their opponents to kill them.
But
here's
boy, they've got their stuff together.
Yeah.
They just need to do that stuff in a little more explosive or knifey fashion.
Well, here's the problem. Any second here, I'm about to say some words that are going to panic the whole team.
We had a problem on that turn.
Oh.
Yeah, this didn't.
Well, if they've proven everything, Spin the Dragon works well under pressure, so.
Was that just for that last most recent attack? Okay, roll 1 more die.
Okay.
Now, you blocked it.
You blocked it.
Yeah, you had another die in there. With
And
one.
I'm sure
So there
it
we
was
are.
1 or
It was an
higher.
auto
It was
miss.
certainly not a
I'm
zero.
pretty sure
I didn't know what it was, but it wasn't a 0. All right. So
That's
Bunker
the
has
4th attack +1 token.
And that is the 10-minute mark. There are 10 minutes left.
there's 10 minutes left.
There's 10 minutes left in the match, and so because there's only 10 minutes left, at this point, Team Meh has to get a kill and not let anybody die. Spin the Dragon just needs to put down one opponent. But Bunker has an Omnicannon. Bunker is standing right there.
Let's see it
Right
happen.
there next
Come
to the
on.
Wraith.
Okay, you're going to aim an Omnicannon at the Wraith.
Yes.
What?
That is going to,
All right.
I certainly hope that's going to do some horrible things.
So Bunker is aiming an Omnicannon at the Wraith.
A
10
point-blank
10
Omnicannon
aimed dice.
at point-blank range.
Right, so Bunker's Omnicannon is one of the most intimidating cards in the game. It's a 10-die attack, but you have to spend 4 attack +1 tokens to use it, and auto misses on 1s and 2s.
So even that,
So there are
that's
6
a
fives.
lot of 5s.
6 5s going to the Wraith. The Wraith's just rolling to see how far she gets pushed.
Yeah.
She cannot survive this attack. So that is for sure an incapacitation. In fact, she blocked.
And,
She gets.
yeah.
Oh, she is precisely incapacitated.
Now, what I'd really love to see is the in-capped body go flying into the turrets.
But unfortunately, it can't move at all because he hit her for 5 and she had 5 hit points.
All right, there you go.
And yet I'm okay with that.
That's fair. But that's the thing. Interestingly enough, Team Meh got the first incapacitation, but there's still 9 minutes in the match.
This
Bun-
is really exciting.
Bunker still has 2 actions left.
So
But
let's see a grenade on Citizen Dawn or
Is-
something.
Is Bunker?
I misspoke when I commanded that you roll.
Bunker, yeah.
Take an action. When you use it, it just takes the token. It's not actually an action.
Oh,
so you
that doesn't
move.
count as an action?
Move was your first action, but you still have an action.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but this is out of the game now, right?
Yes, that's out of the game. So you can't do that again. But, yeah,
So you could have used your flat cannon first, but you didn't.
you did not do that.
All right, let's see what the next thing happening
You're in
is.
the middle of the woods. So I don't know if you want to do anything, but you have one.
Inspiring.
I told you you
Ryan,
did.
can you do the inspiring thing?
Expert tactician.
Yeah, I'll do expert tactician.
Okay. So then
All right,
you
so for the last
Okay.
action, so Bunker gets 1 action at the end, and the last action is
defense
the
plus 1. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't need line of sight.
All right, so we've seen Bunker go defensive again.
yeah. Well, but
Which,
hey,
I mean, that's a specialization of his, and he did amazing things with an Omni Cannon, so
Right. No,
Can't
so
complain.
at this point, Team Meh has the only victory point, and that does set back Spin the Dragon. That said,
I'm going to move.
we'll see what Citizen Dawn's going to do here.
looks like Citizen Dawn swapped out her powers.
Oh, and she's going after Beacon. She's
Second
aggressively
action,
going after Beacon.
Radiant Strike.
Okay, Radiant Strike is your second action.
All right, so let's see here what Citizen Dawn's doing.
This is on 3
So she moved up.
That's
She's making a Radiant Strike
pretty
against Beacon.
nice. That's a pretty nice attack with
Yep.
2 4s.
Yeah, unfortunately, those auto misses weren't so great.
I mean,
for
it's
her.
probably not going to incap her, but even, again, another
Well, and
point
Beacon does
of
get to
damage.
reroll one of her 2 defense dice,
Right.
or one of her 3 defense dice. Oh, so 1 more attack die?
Three
So 3 4s now going against,
Well, we'll have to
Beacon.
see.
and blocks
And
2 out of
blocks
it,
2,
and he can reroll that
potentially,
3.
Yeah, get out
Beacon
of the
has
whole thing.
the fortitude, so can reroll that 3 if she wants.
Nope.
Oh, right, well, she
Down to one. Every
Still,
single member down to one
down
hit
to 1
point.
hit point, right. Oh,
And the defense.
okay.
plus
Oh, she
one
used a
token.
defense plus 1 token to block
Yeah.
it. So, in fact, Beacon still has her 2 hit points.
With her mighty 2 hit points, she is the strongest member of the team. So we are moving on to the next action, and
Oh,
it looks like
she's
the
atta-
citizens maybe.
Hold on now. Citizen Dawn.
I will use my last attack. That's a 6 Searing Lance.
Ah, Searing Lance is what we're using for the last one.
All right.
5.21.
With a 6 4
So, yeah,
5.
she used Searing Lance for last attack.
Die and roll 1 or higher. Okay, I'll try. I promise not. I did.
You did, okay.
Oh!
Beacon maintains.
Wow,
Beacon
Beacon is
holds
just-
on.
Okay. that's my
Really
third action, right?
been really fortunate here.
Now, Citizen's Hammer and Anvil.
Yep.
All right, Hammer and Anvil. If they can take out Unity, then that's making this even. And with the time
thing is
limit
that,
looming,
right, the thing is that they need to both take out an opponent and take down 1 more to cement their win. They can do
Right.
it, but Hammer and Anvil, Hammer and Anvil can step up and take down Unity, no problem. Right? Right?
let's hope so.
He doesn't even have to move. Yes, aim for the first action.
I will spend my aim and use the area attack.
Oh,
There
yes,
we go.
absolutely. So it's aimed against Unity. And this
Unity, I think, is going to have a very bad
2 and
day.
5. The auto misses are 2 and 5, so let's see what happens. Boom. Nothing.
That is
that is
not auto
5
misses.
6s. Unity cannot survive this. It is
That's
impossible.
the end of Unity. So we'll just see how far Unity goes flying.
How close to the volcano is she going to end up?
I say in.
She blocks 1 of it, so she takes 4 damage. So 1 kills her, and 3
And
pushes
3
her.
go
1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
right up to the edge of.
Aw.
Well, we'll see where they push her.
Oh, yeah.
And so Unity is down, and that is 1 victory. That is 1. Oh, she had to roll an extra defense dice. Sure,
Oh, I guess
Anyway.
I guess she's seen the volcano looming and doesn't want that.
sure, that's fine. And plus, the tokens are going to go away when she's knocked out anyway. So,
Yeah, that just, yep, that goes away, that's gone.
so that is 1 and 1. Both teams have 1 victory point.
This is a very tense match. Citizen Dawn is probably the high priority target right now.
Yeah, I mean she's the easiest. She's gonna be the easiest one to kill.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Beacon, and she's right next to Beacon. So if Beacon picks up a focus blast, I want to see Beacon drop.
Just
yeah,
drop everything, focus blast, just
She did.
pump everything
she did.
into it.
She did switch out for the focus blast. So she's kept fortitude, and she's grabbed focus blast.
Well, Fortitude's been good to her. I'd keep it too.
Yeah, no, that by all means. Since she has 2 hit points, and right now, like she's gonna kill her, but there's still gonna be a few minutes left. This match is gonna come absolutely down to the wire.
This is fantastic.
Even if Beacon kills Citizen Dawn, then it will go to whether or not the Wraith can stand up and kill Beacon.
And kill
or
Beacon
Bunker.
or Bunker, yeah.
And the Wraith's highly likely to be able to to kill Bunker with him right there. I would probably stand up, shoot a stun bolt, pick up an aim token, and use that aim token on a Razor Ordnance.
Yeah, yeah. Just leave absolutely no question.
There we go.
Away, but the 3 and the 4 are both above 2s. So you have
4 twos. 4 twos coming in Citizen Dawn. She's going to take 1 point of damage.
So,
But as long as she rolls all 2s or higher on her defense,
and
she
there's
didn't.
a 1.
she drops.
There's a 1.
So that kills you.
Oh.
Citizen Dawn is down. Oh my goodness, Team Meh has come up with a 2nd incapacitation.
All right, Wraith, this is your time to get up and do something cool because your team really needs it.
All right. Oh, the citizens go away. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. And that's gone. Now it goes on to the race turn.
This
All
is,
right. The Wraith's turn. The Wraith stands up. She gets all her hit points back, and she picks 1 power card.
and it will be
You got a roll movement technically. And then put your
Right.
No problem.
And you really need to get an incapacitated.
All right.
Oh, she has a movement of 2, but that's
Oh,
fine. She
not-
doesn't care. She's standing next to the bunker.
If he takes him down, it's pretty
Pick up a stun bolt, pick up a stun bolt, pick up a stun bolt.
I will
That is not a stun bolt. That is a movement-inducing thing.
Okay.
Why are you doing that?
That's confusing.
This is going to cost them the match.
Okay.
Okay, she's aiming.
All she needs to do is do 1 point of damage to bunker. So
and then I will aim my attack
Which attack?
at the adhesive foam pellets.
nope.
She's aiming at adhesive foam pellets.
That's
at
no,
bunker.
That is the
I don't.
wrong
Is she aware
thing
that
to do.
adhesive foam pellets does no damage?
I'd have to say that no, because there's no other reason to do that. It rolls a lot of dice, but those
All right,
dice don't
so,
do anything.
So bunker has a movement of 4 right now, and now it's going to be reduced to 1, I guess.
Right. So there's 2 3s coming at you.
and bunker is going to say okay and get coated in foam.
Yeah, bunker blocks all but 1, takes 1 point of damage, but it's not 1 point of damage.
Oh, it's instead?
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage. It says so.
That's why the card says instead.
Okay.
You, that is going to cost him the match.
Go on.
Yeah.
It's like every card, if you're going to put a card into play, you're at the 11th hour, you're going to either win or lose here. You should probably read all the words on the cards before playing them.
I feel as if you have an opinion on this.
Yeah, I've watched greatness. Both teams have played phenomenally here, and this is the first misstep that has happened, and I'm afraid it is going to cost them the match.
If it damages and it's reduced to
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Your movement is reduced to 1 now. And now you've got 1 more action.
Razor Ordnance.
You got to raise Ordnance bunker.
You have to do it.
Razor Ordnance against 1.
They could still pull this out, but it's going to be much more difficult for them at this point.
Well, we have a 6.
6.
That's probably not going to be enough.
Well, bunker,
but bunker
rolls,
only
bunker
needs-
rolls 4 defense. He has to roll a 6. And he
And
does. Yep.
3 of them.
Blocks it all.
All right. And then you reroll movement.
Well,
They-
that's probably the last big thing we're going to see out of any of
the
them.
Wraith's not
Yeah.
going to get another turn between now and our next round. We're at the start of the action. It is Unity's turn. Unity stands back up, gets their hit points back. It is the beginning of round 4.
Now, maybe Unity can run a bot up to Beacon and take her out, but I'm not certain how that's going to be able.
It's very, very close to the end.
And with only 1 power, she can't reconfigure, so
Right.
maybe a Swift bot is her best bet here.
All right, 5. All right.
And with,
Can you get to,
it's a fairly low movement.
what's that? Can you get to Wraith? Maybe with Speedbot? Either that or if you can help me with if you can help me with Legacy.
I'd go after Beacon with only 2 hit points, even if it
She'd
takes
go after
a while.
her teammate?
Yes. No one would ever see it coming.
That's fair. That's true. I don't think Unity should necessarily go after Beacon, but maybe if at this point, what I would do if I were Unity,
Apparently, I'm just very bloodthirsty.
that's fair. If I were Unity, I would probably at this point play defensively because at this point they just, as long as they don't lose,
They
that's
just need to
fine.
run out it on time.
Yeah. So Unity gets back up.
Maybe a stealth bot.
I could get Swiftbot up there.
The funny thing is that while she's deciding this,
Time is running down.
Oh well, like here's the thing, like we're
Yeah.
come on.
Or I could try to go for Wraith. What do you think?
I think so for Legacy.
And that's time.
Okay,
That's
then.
time. That is the whole match. You are out of time. Team Matt wins with 2 victory points. Spin the Dragon knocked their opponents each down.
They had a
to 1
beautiful
hit
strategy
point.
that had an incredibly good opening, but in the end, Spin the Dragon, they just couldn't seal it down.
Yeah,
I
no.
think that maybe putting all that time into the big punch by Hammer and Anvil, as awesome as it wasn't necessarily the.
Well, the problem is they made that big punch, and you said like this is going to demoralize them. It had the opposite effect. What
And
happened is
they
they
just-
made the big punch, they rallied, and then Matt Spin the Dragon after making that beautiful big punch.
They didn't really plan
They
after
didn't
that.
follow up. Like the Wraith, look, when we saw there was 2 missteps from the Wraith.
Yeah, yep.
We saw the Wraith down in the woods on the right-hand side, and like we talked about, if she had thrown daggers at 2 people and thrown
Yeah.
the Razor Ordnance the other, and just aimed all those and said, you know what, fine, I'm going to throw as many attacks as possible.
Or if they had read the adhesive foam pellets, maybe
yeah,
a little
but
bit closer.
That would have tied them up. The big one was there in the woods when the Wraith had all of them at 1 or 2 hit points each
Yep.
and could have put all 3 down. She could have had a single turn victory from 0 to 3 points.
That would have been sweet.
It was
But
that was an excellent match. Both teams
we
played
saw
very
some
well.
stuff that we'd never seen before,
We did.
and we saw some teams that clearly had a great idea of how to cooperate.
I wish Team Met played really well, and
Yes.
and all luck to them, and I really look forward to seeing them doing more things in the future. I wish that Spin the Dragon had won that one because their strategy was something different, it was something new, and I loved it, and it made me happy, and they played Hammer and Anvil. Like, they did everything I wanted them to
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
but then they made 2 really notable missteps that it made me so sad. That was a great match.
Yes.
That was a great match.
And I'm certainly hoping they heard our celebration when, when things went well for them.
Absolutely. All right, well, we'll be back in a few minutes with the next match. Things are certainly heating up here, and we'll have a list for you of the people who are out and the people who are still in. See you soon.
See you soon.